Is the Canadian currency going to look different as well? Yes, it will. I believe that, because we're going to become the 51st, or however you want to call it, we can be called Canada, part of the Western Alliance, or the United Americas, as what is explained on that new map. I think we'll have a different currency, and it'll all be gold back. But I do understand. I think I remember seeing Canadian, Canada did sign up for the BRICS. Carney is just he's a placeholder being controlled by the Western Alliance. So he's doing really stupid things to make everybody hate him, except for the brainwashed one dimension thinking libtards. They can't seem to see through it. They don't have the capability of any type of critical thinking. You don't set up nothing. Everybody relax. Nobody move, nobody gets hurt, okay? And the reason why I say that is because the Global Alliance and the Sarah Jacera is doing everything for you right now. It's already been set up. They even have your DNA on your birth certificate. Okay? I mean, you could talk to people and listen to other people, get their opinion of things, of what's going on, and put that on the shelf as well as what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I do this because I feel I'm compelled to do and try to get to the truth and try to help you through this minefield, because it is crazy out there, right? Yeah. I'm waiting for the QFS to happen. The only one I want is the one that's issued to me by the military when the redemption time and when EBS happens, and we have our notifications to go to the redemption center and get our money activated on our accounts based on what's coming off of our based on our age, and of course our how much interest they took off us through banking, mortgage frauds, and all this other stuff. And it's already determined right now. There's accounts out there you don't even know about. No, I mean, you don't have no idea what they're all about, but that'll all be laid out for you. I'm sure you're going to have a spreadsheet of where this money's coming in from, whatever it's going to become. You can ask for that as well. And I say also, when you go get your QFS account wallet activated, then at that point you can ask them for a spreadsheet where all this money is coming in from, if you want. Also ask for 100 personal checks. What's silver right now? It's down. I mean, and there again, that's a good point. I would not take silver seriously right now because you're dealing with paper contracts coming from the COMEX and the Wall Street, which is just absolutely phony money right now. It's all phony paper. It's like these guys are trying to sell a house to 15 families all at once. If you understand what I'm saying, it's that stupid. Okay, so I wouldn't take them seriously at all. Right now in the Shanghai, they're selling, I think, $35 higher than what they're selling it for at the New York Stock Exchange. Those idiots down there are absolutely shooting themselves in the foot, because you can buy, on our scale 1 to 10. I mean, you can go into a exchange center here, and they're going to follow the rules by what's going on the charts, metal charts, what's happening here. You buy it for $76 American or $77 American, and you can turn around and sell it for $110 American at the Shanghai once you hit China, if you want to take that flight. But again, you're only allowed 10,000. You can maybe push 15,000 because the airport security there do not have any idea what they don't know what metal's worth. You can say it's worth $20 each, but really actually it's worth $76 each. I mean, you want to take that risk. I mean, I did it lots. I did a lot, but I did get tagged once because and I got hit by it with a $1,200 duty on metal that was taken down. But you win some, you lose some, right? And I didn't get hit in Canada or the States. I got hit in the Philippines. Yeah, he was, yeah. QFS, rainbow currency. I don't even know if you want to call it rainbow currency. And cryptocurrency, I just wait for the QFS. And, from what I'm understanding, people are, that are, in the news talking about stuff like that. A lot of them are focused in on the exposure and arrests. And, of course, there are people. Let me just get on with this here so I don't get too clogged up here. Now, Trump is the first president to do anything of this matter about the exposure, okay? Now, he disclosed in a tweet, again, like I said, that, there is alien disclosure, extraterrestrial disclosure, that's all coming, okay? And this is to prep everybody to plant that seed inside their consciousness to say that there is anomalies out there type thing. They're basically going at it, drip feeding it in an elementary way. Of course, we patriots know, and we've been talking for many years about this, about the galactics out there, and the ones that are there and have been here helping us save this planet. And they have sacrificed so much of their people as well, including the Nordics. And, even Jesse Waters is coming out and talking about it now. Governments who not allow you to express yourself in voice or being able to assemble is an enemy against the state, you the people. Okay? If they do allow you to, exercise your First Amendment, then and assemble. I suggest everybody go and look up the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms Act. Okay, it is there. It's in black and white, and you can make copies of it. And I know I have one on. It's all been printed out, and I think I might go make more printing out there. And and start handing them out. Okay, so to know, because people are just in retrospect, with the sleepers out there, they're just too lazy to go do anything, and they seem to be getting a rolling pin across the face or head because they're not being able to exercise their rights because they don't know they have any, right? So there is copies out there that you can take, print it out, screenshot it, go down to your printing shop and have it printed out, and print out 50 sheets or 60 sheets. And every time you get backed into a corner by some authority, illegal authority, then you can just throw that in their face. You can do the same thing with the constitutional, our divine constitution. You can do the same thing there if you're an American. As far as the English and Australians, I believe you all have that too, right? I'd like to have wealth, but not be defined by it. Yes, exactly. And that's what we all should do. I don't think it's going to change our lives. Some it might, but I think, a lot of it, for me, I'll be doing a lot of it for humanitarian purposes. Whether I'm, mandatory to do it or not, it doesn't matter. My cause is to serve. We are the meek, but we are plenty of us, and we are getting strong. We're not becoming meek anymore, because we are gaining knowledge about exactly what's going on around us, and that is a tremendous weapon for the dark matter. They do not want that to happen. A troy ounce weighs about 31.1. Well, I tell you, when I put my, when I put my kilogram on the scale, it works out to 34.3 ounces. So you tell me, you're getting 30. I mean, the scales don't lie. Let's get into this for a second, because I find it kind of hubris, knowing that they're saying a troy ounce is 32 ounces, right? Or a troy pound or a kilo is 32 troy ounces. That's absolute malarkey. I find when I'm looking at things right now, I'm seeing I get a scale. It's a kitchen scale, and it'll have ounces or grams or whatever you want. It'll even have a pound on there. If I put 1,000 grams, and it's always accurate, 1,000 grams, they go by 1,000 grams. If you take 1,000 grams and divide that into ounces, right? Do the math, and you can just do that on your calculator. And what do you tell me what you come up with? What I come up with is 34.4 or 34.3 ounces. Yeah. No, I'm 71, not 73. Don't date me. Yeah. I do my best about trying to get, the information out for my family. You're my soul family. Remember that, okay? I don't assimilate with my blood family. We don't, because we're starseeds. We're light workers. We have other, kinetic, magnetic vibration happening. And, that's how we connect. We don't connect through the blood, through our, through the birth canal. Okay? We do not connect through that. We connect through our vibration and our consciousness. Never forget that. People need to be critical thinking about everything. Yes, absolutely. And there's so many that aren't. And that's why they're going to, be allowed to live out their, their lives in their, one dimension reality. Yes, I know. Stay awake. There's scammers everywhere. And they like attacking us on this open forum. Anybody that's taken these, these high valued, truthers that are out there that have their own content, their own platform, they're stealing their content to steal your money. All right. I didn't get no QFS card. Nobody's going to get it until you get an invitation into the Redemption Center. And like I said before, if you want, you can. If you need a little bit of cash, if all the currency hit the Forex and all of a sudden it gets changed, they're only going to be, 2 to 1, 1 to 1, or whatever they're going to be. Take a little bit of foreign currency down there just to get you some cash. That's fine. And you can do that, but you can see and get a receipt for everything, because then you'll be able to compare what the banks are going to do after the EBS and after they open up. Because once they open up again, all the new currency rates will be on the new banks that are still open, or even on the Forex once it flops over. Then you'll be able to take a little bit of cash down there and hit the banks if you haven't received your notification for your Redemption Center yet. But I expect them to be up and running as soon as the EBS has gone through its course, right? EBS goes off first. Yeah. Mr. C, that is always on with Mark Z, he's the one that has to put the codes in. And until he puts the codes in, nothing's going to happen. Yeah, I know this chat's full of bots. Yeah, I know. It's exercising our discernment and intuition. Yes, we got a lot of followers. You got a lot of patriots out there. It's great. I mean, but like it says, you have to use your own discernment, right? Should we be concerned about the data centers? No, I'm going to go over that again. They're from what I'm understanding, they are fusion centers. And the fusion centers are basically center point controlling mechanisms that are out there collecting the data on the homeland security to protect the good people from the terrorists and evil ones that want to do harm to the people, whether they're foreign or domestic. So, each one has a job to do in your particular area, right? So they're there for your protection. And that's the last information I got. I do not think that our commander will ever allow anything, or the deep state, to do any, out of control bullshit. We're the ones that are going to be shining the light when we get through all this, because there's going to be a lot of people out there completely mentally lost. Can I deposit the foreign currency? No, you can't deposit anything like that. You're going to trade that in to the redemption center, and if you want to trade a little bit in to the bank when the forex does come back on, that's fine. But don't put do not give the banks any more than you have to. The banks are totally different. They're going to be controlled through the constitutional. They're going to have to follow those rules, but they'll be able to set up their own. They can still set their own pricing on what they are offering to buy the foreign currency back. Remember, we're only here to experience a human. We're only here to experience a human experience. Yeah, or only feel to a human experience. You know what I mean. QFS account will be appointed when everything switches over. Yes. Yeah, you can set it up yourself. It's already set up for you. You don't have to do nothing. It'll be presented to you. Everything will be presented to you. And by the time you walk out of the redemption center, you'll know exactly what to do. Yeah. They made it so easy for you to get your head around. You'll be handling it within that day. And of course, you will have to be signing a military NDA, non-disclosure agreement, saying keep your mouth shut. I mean, has family really, when you think about it, have they been there to help you through these bad times? No. Everybody was under attack, even by your family, even by your loved ones, even by your daughters and sons and loved ones and girlfriends and moms and dads. I mean, everybody was attacking somebody, and that was when we were in the cabal's control. When Fukuyama was out there, displaying and trying to disperse all his poison cocktails around the world. And they were, it was a great attempt to try to, wipe us out, but they didn't do it. Nobody deposits any money. Just hang on to your foreign currency, okay? Just keep it, put it away somewhere, hide it. And take all your currency, most of your currency out of the bank, okay? Keep enough in the bank just to pay your few little bills, and go hide the rest of your money, because when the lights go out, you're going to need that cash, right? Okay, it's a good question. When the redemption centers get in contact, how will you know it's genuine? Any hints or tips? Well, of course, they're going to give you a 1-800 number to call, right? They're going to give you a notification, and then you can either answer them back through that, and then, they'll try to ask you if you, they might at that stage ask you who your name, blah, 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 whatever it is, but they might just give you a 1-800 number to call, okay? At that point, you call that 1-800 number, if that's the case, and they will set it up from there. And then it's just basically an address. Okay? Yes, I think it's, July 4th, June, July, August. It's all going to, a lot of it's going to happen this year. I just don't think they can hold on any longer. Where does the money come from that's attached to, well, okay. This is stuff that y'all should have known a long, long time ago. They've been taking everything that was stolen from you over decades and stolen from your father and your father before that has been tucked away and used in many different apparatuses. They've been stealing trillions, and I'm talking hundreds of trillions of dollars and that money has most of it been recovered. Okay? They're not going to take it and gold and silver and all this other stuff and try to take it off planet. The artifacts and the riches that is out there and stuff that's still in the ground is all being operated right now. It's all being accumulated back in very, very safe areas. I believe a lot of it's under Reno right now. It's all been basically recovered. Not to mention what the Chinese elders have hidden away for hundreds of years that they took out of China back in the day, and that they've hidden it inside of Philippines. That's all money that's going to be, that's going to be dispersed throughout the world. There's absolute trillions. I can't even put a number on it. There's absolute trillions and trillions of dollars to be handed out, and that's all going to be applied to your birth certificate because it was stolen from you, right? It's going to be returned. Now, there's a lot of people out there and a lot of naysayers out there that say, well, you're only going to get this or going to get that. Well, whatever, right? But I believe that everybody's going to start receiving a very, very decent income, right? Anyways, okay. I want to just say, everybody, play it safe out there. Watch the roads. There's a lot of crazies out there, and stay and hang in there because we're just about at the finish.